Well, it doesn't matter if you are jumping on the bandwagon for the Nuggets finals run. Nuggets Nation is happy to have you.
Our Dylan Thomas met back up with a fan we first heard from years ago to talk about his bond with Nikola Jokic and how the Nuggets have helped him through some painfully tough years.
It's been 4 long years since we last visited Carter Edgerly. For most of us, we went through years of COVID, but for Carter, he battled multiple fights with cancer as well.
It's called bone cancer, but osteosarcoma is like the fancy name.
Carter has now battled the cancer twice. The whole time, his escape has been basketball.
I'd watch so much basketball. Definitely, it's something I can do to take my mind away from anything.
In 2019, a friend called me and told me Carter's story and about our mutual love for the Denver Nuggets. I made a few calls and the team took it from there.
And then we got to meet up with you and you brought us in through the back and I was kind of like, what in the heck is happening?
It's just a little bright in here, isn't it?
We got to go down, met some of the players, watched them shoot around, and that was probably just one of the coolest experiences I've had.
One by one, the Denver Nuggets visited Carter, signing shirts and taking photos. But one of those team members went the extra mile.
It was really cool. It was amazing because, he had no idea who I was. But he came over and he said hello.
The world now knows who Nikola Jokic is, but at the time, he was not a 2-time NBA MVP or a Western Conference Finals MVP. At the time, he was just a 24-year-old with a really big heart.
So yeah, that was before anything.
It's crazy watching you warm up, just cash from everywhere.
Cool, he spent way more time than he needed to, considering it was pre-game of an NBA game. I was just like, holy cow, this is awesome.
Then Nikola noticed Carter was wearing his jersey.
And he offered to sign my jersey. He turned me around, signed it while I was still standing up because, I'm tall, but he's huge.
That memory and the success of the team since has kept Carter in the fight. The jersey now hangs above his bed.
I earned that, so I'm keeping that. It's just one of the coolest things I have to be able to look over and be like, oh yeah, that's mine, huh? But it's so, because every time I see it, I get to remember what happened and having him sign that and that experience. So it's just it's a positive smile bringing thing.
Nikola and the Nuggets helped inspire Carter during his battle for victory over cancer. And now he's in the stands for the NBA Finals, hoping to return some of that energy.
Just knowing that I've met him is super cool and had that conversation, be able to have that proof, have the photos, have the jersey to be like, hey, look, this is something I've done is amazing. But the fact that he's this successful, relevant, known, and well centered around, and he still takes the time to do things like that. It's just a lot of admirable qualities in a person.
At Ball Arena, Dylan Thomas covering Colorado First.
To say the least. And Michael, it's really great because I feel like the Nuggets really do a great job of being immersed into the community and being there with their fans and really just taking a lot of that Denver pride and pouring it back into the community.
And Nikola in particular, he is such a humble superstar. You see that with how he interacts with his teammates. There are so many times where he's meeting with fans in the tunnel before games, after shoot around. That's part of what he does and does so well. He is such a good ambassador for the game of basketball and for this Nuggets basketball team.
Yet another reason to be a big fan, right?